Daily Heavenly Manna, August 6th. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. James chapter 4 verse 7. If we are positive in our rejection of temptation, it increases our strength of character, not only for that time but also for subsequent temptations. And it disconcerts to some extent our adversary who, noting our positiveness, knows well that it is useless to discuss the matter with persons of strong convictions and positive characters. Whereas if the question were parleyed over, the result would surely be an advancing of further reasons and arguments on the adversary's part, and a danger on our part that we would be overmatched in argument, for, as the apostle declares, the devil is a wily adversary, and we are not ignorant of his devices. Prompt and positive obedience to the word and spirit of the Lord is the only safe course for any of the brethren. Reprint 2567.
Welcome back to another deep dive. Ever find yourself stuck, like mentally wrestling with a bad habit? Or maybe a tough situation, and you just end up feeling drained?
Yeah, that feeling of being worn down by the internal debate itself.
Exactly. Well, today we're looking at some ancient wisdom. It offers this really simple, maybe even counterintuitive strategy for building, unshakable character.
And resisting challenges effectively.
Right. So our mission is to unpack this idea, give you that shortcut to being well-informed, minus the usual overload.
And the source.
It's a short but really profound bit from Daily Heavenly Manna. It directly references James 4.7. Resist the devil and he will flee from you.
Okay, interesting starting point.
So let's dive in. The source says straight away that being positive in our rejection of temptation, it does more than just stop it right then. It actually increases our strength of character. And crucially, it says for subsequent temptations.
So it compounds over time. It's not just a one-off win.
Precisely. It's less about just saying no and more about actively affirming your core values as you shut that door. A pivot, not just defense.
And what's fascinating there, too, is how the source notes this immediate positive stance. It also disconcerts to some extent our adversary.
Disconcerts? How so?
Well, it observes that this kind of adversary knows well that it is useless to discuss the matter with persons of strong convictions and positive characters.
Oh, okay.
Think of it maybe like a skilled negotiator, realizing instantly they're dealing with someone absolutely firm.
Right, someone who isn't going to haggle.
Exactly. That firm positive no just throws them off. It closes the door on any negotiation right away.
That's a strong image, but sometimes that immediate yes to your values feels hard when the temptation is really strong.
It can be very hard.
So why is that immediate positive rejection so vital from this perspective? Why not, say, try to figure out why you're tempted first? Analyze it.
That's where the text gets really specific. It warns directly against parlaying over the question.
Parlaying, like negotiating or discussing.
Exactly. Engaging in that discussion, the source says, would surely be an advancing of further reasons and arguments on the adversary's part.
Ah, so you're giving them ground.
You risk getting overmatched in argument. The moment you start debating that negative impulse, whether it's, procrastinating or negativity, you give it airtime. You lend it legitimacy.
Okay, so the real wisdom here isn't about winning the internal argument. It sounds like it's about just refusing to have the argument in the first place.
That's a good way to put it. An immediate, positive, non-negotiable no to whatever's pulling you off track.
Which feels counterintuitive, right? Because we often think we need to understand why we feel a certain way.
We do, but this passage suggests that in the heat of the moment, that analysis can actually be the trap. And connecting this more broadly, the source mentions this wily adversary and reminds us we are not ignorant of his devices.
Which sounds theological, but you could read it psychologically, too.
Absolutely. It's acknowledging that negative influences aren't always straightforward. They use sneaky tactics, seemingly good reasons.
To draw you into that debate we just talked about.
Precisely. And understanding that manipulation tactic is why the direct, firm stance is so crucial. The only safe course it describes isn't some complex strategy.
What is it then?
It's simply prompt and positive obedience to the word and spirit of the Lord.
Okay. And for anyone listening, regardless of specific beliefs, you could translate that word and spirit bit, perhaps?
I think so. It could mean aligning quickly, directly, with your own fundamental non-negotiable values, your core principles.
Without hesitation.
Yeah.
Without that internal back and forth.
Yes. Like building a mental firewall. It doesn't just block the threat. Each successful block actually reinforces the whole system.
No debate, just a swift, firm no that comes from a deeper yes to your own integrity.
That captures it well.
So let's bring this home for the listener. What we've seen in this deep dive is that building resilience, overcoming challenges, Maybe it's not about intellectual wrestling matches inside your head. It might be more about that swift, positive, absolute rejection of the distraction, the temptation, whatever pulls you away. A kind of preemptive move.
Yeah, and one that strengthens you for next time, too.
Which leads to a really practical question for you listening.
Where in your own life could applying a really firm, immediate no that's genuinely rooted in your core convictions be more powerful than getting drawn into endless deliberation?
Right. Think about it. Resisting endless scrolling, maybe.
Yeah.
Or compromising a standard, or even just engaging with negativity.
How could that direct, positive
Yeah.
alignment, that immediate no, based on your deeper yes, change things? Not just for now, but for building that stronger character long term.
Something to definitely reflect on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Keep mulling over these ideas. Until next time, we'll catch you on the next one.